Ewls contents video. Ba-ba-ba-bum-ba-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you 27 pounds of living in the woods, 4-season, year-round glory. Possibly without a fire if we need to. Soaking wet if we need to. Let me show you this. Let's kick this off at the top of the hour with this thing. Ewls has been up to some good shit. But it's springtime, so we're busy on the farm like normal. The farm's always busy. There's never really a downtime. So check this out, huh? See if I can get you this whole thing in here. Oh, it's windy. I don't know if you can read that, but so this is a plot of months on the x-axis and animals that we can potentially hunt on the y-axis legally. Because remember, we're going to accomplish this Ewls thing, this 6-month Ewls trip. We got to do it all legally, you know. Hopefully, even in conjunction with the Forest Service and everybody else. But so these are the dates that I can actually hunt food and what I can hunt, right? So we got, now I don't want to eat all of this, mind you. You know, like animals that eat vegetables, plant matter, those, what are they called? Herbivores, that's right. Those are the ones we're going to want to hunt. So, and maybe some omnivores. So we'll hunt crow, we'll hunt deer, we'll hunt dove, we'll hunt early migratory birds, bullfrogs, beaver. We're not going to hunt bobcat. We're not going to hunt coyote to eat anyway. We're not going to hunt fox, mink, or skunk. We are going to hunt possum, river otter. Not going to really hunt coon, squirrel, rabbit, quail, turkey, trapping. Anyway, so as you can see, the first thing that's blatantly noticeable with this graph is May through August. There's not a lot of legal hunting going on, right? So that's one thing we've been doing. I'm going to want protein. I'm not going to be able to eat like fish or I'm not going to be able to eat like plants and shit all the time for 5 months. You know, I'm going to need protein. And so fishing, I've been really revising my fishing kit, and you'll see that in this video. That's basically what I've been working on. Here's the trapping dates down here. It's only legal for us to trap, which is what we're going to use, November and December through, and these change every year, but they're always right around the same dates, through the end of January and February. So we only have 4 months where we can actually trap to sustain ourselves. The rest of the time is going to be fishing and hunting. Right? So there you go. Take one last look at it. Boom! Let's bust into this motherfucker. Alright. So, we're going to try and remember what we had in the last video, what we have in this video. We're still modular, although the modules have changed a little bit. This is the Ewls setup. Everything in this bag has, so if you'll remember, the Ewls module has the camping module and the actual Ewls module in it. Wait, the Ewls module has the Ewls? That doesn't make sense. So, the bag that I'm going to take to go Ewelsing with will have the Ewls module and the camping module. I refer to that bag as the Ewls. So the Ewls has the Ewls module and the camping module. Now we're on the page. All right. Fuck, it's getting hot out. Yeah, it's like 28 degrees this morning. Hey, there you go. Like I said in the clothing video, below 30 degrees, boom. Throwing on a woolly. So, bust into this thing. Come on. Come on. What's going on here? We're having some issues. Alright, first and foremost, this is the camping module right here. If I'm just going to go hiking with my bag on a day hike, again, I'm not going to take this. But for Ewelsing, I'm going to take this. This thing weighs, I can't remember, 8 pounds? Something like that? I don't know. But you guys have seen it already. Nothing has changed. well, I guess from the last contents video, since I might make a playlist out of these all the time, it has changed. In the last contents video, I didn't have these, but I have moved to, for insulation, we've gone USGI patrol bag and USGI whoopee. These two, as you see in like the last video, or saw in the last video, I was actually able to hang in the hammock down to, what was it? It was like 16 or 18 degrees or something like that with just these and the polypro base layer and wool and all the wool I have in here. So that's pretty badass. Although I've come to realize I probably am not going to be able to hang under 20 degrees. That's just a fact of life. That's fine. There's not many days where it gets under 20 degrees around here anyway. So, this is what I consider the camping module. The fluff. On to the next one. The camping module, again, will go with me when I go Ewlsing. Crack into this bad boy. Okay, so here's something that I think has changed. My whole water system. Right? So you guys have seen this before. This hasn't changed. I like these bottles because they're forageable and adaptable to the Sawyer squeeze filter. You can find these things anywhere. If this one breaks, I'll pick another one off the side of the road, screw it in, filter water. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I don't carry water in this. I found out that I don't need 2 quarts of water. I might need 2 quarts of water during the summertime, but there's really water everywhere. There's standing pools everywhere. I mean, the Ozarks, there's spring water coming out of every fucking rock. There's just water everywhere. So I really don't need to carry 2 quarts, although I might in the summer, and if I do, I'll just fill this one up, right? Fill it up and carry it. Until then, I'm leaving it empty. Now, like I said in earlier videos, I enjoy having a pot to cook food in, and a pot, damn, this is really on there. I don't know what happened. Maybe I put it on there hot and it shrunk or something. I enjoy having a pot to cook food in and a pot to cook water in. Come on, motherfucker. You're making me look bad here. Jesus. I ate some Blue Jay the other day, and this thing, damn. I didn't know I did it. I did you like that. Come on now. Alright, pause for edit, right? You guys still want to watch this whole process. Pause for edit and restroom break. BRB. Alright, I got it. I had to use my man hands instead of my pussy hands. Who knew? But anyway, like I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, I like to have a pot to cook and pot to cook food in and a pot for water, right? Or drink or whatever, pine needle tea, whatever the fuck you want to make. One for food, one for drink. I used to carry around 2 USGI canteens for that reason, because I had 2 metal pots. But this summer, or this winter, I went out hiking with Adam, actually. He was using his clean canteen, and it struck me how much better the clean canteen is, or it doesn't necessarily have to be the clean canteen, but something that you can just come along, see some snow, scoop it up, cap it off, and roll, right? Or see some shitty water, scoop it up, cap it off, and roll. And then boil it later. I guess you can do that with the fucking USGI canteen still, but I like the wide mouth a lot better, and I like being able to boil it all, you know, just in there. I don't like fucking around with the cups and shit. But point being, so we still have 40-ounce clean canteen and our little Snow Peak titanium cup. They've made it back into the Ewls, and we still have some water and some food. So, boom. The water. That's how the water setup has changed, right? No. Let's go to the Ewls module. You'll remember before the Ewls module was a sea line dry bag. Not anymore. Now it's this USGI butt pack. Patrick graciously donated another butt pack to it, to the Ewls, but I ended up not going with it. Sorry, Patrick. You know I'll pay it forward. You can have it back if you want. If not, what I'm thinking about doing is putting together a Ewls, like a mock Ewls, basically a whole nother Ewls made out of kind of the same shit, using the same principles that we're gonna do a giveaway for once we reach 1,000 subscribers. Because once we get 1,000 subscribers, I think I can start making money off of doing this, and that would be fucking baller. You know I'll never sell out, I'll always be a real ass motherfucker, but if I can be a real ass motherfucker and make money, I'm definitely gonna do that. so long tangent, but this is the Ewls module now. It used to be just in the used to be in a dry bag like this, a little green one. Now it's not. It's in this butt pack. This butt pack, one of the reasons I kicked it out, Patrick, the one you gave me, was because the one you gave me has a zipper in the front. It was really hard to use as like for gathering and a pillow, all the other things that I use this butt pack for. In the wintertime when I'm on the ground and I'm using all my insulation overneath me, I fill this thing full of leaves, and it makes a great pillow, wonderful pillow. So I have officially solved the pillow aspect of the Ewls. Anyway, so the Ewls module contains another thing that has changed. Let me make sure we're all in the shot here. You know I got to be making sure we're all in the shot. I'll just move us back a little bit. Does that work? Move us back and move us up. There, we'll all be on the shot there. All right. So one other thing that's changed is the food I carry in the Ewls. So we used to carry beans and rice. Back when I did, you can go look back at the fall foraging experiment video. I think it was last fall. Honestly, don't remember. I'm probably never going to make the conclusion to that, so I'll just tell you one of the lessons I learned was that when you're living on few calories a day, the type of calorie becomes really fucking important. Vegetables weren't cutting it for me. Carbohydrates weren't cutting it for me. I want that protein and that fat. And specifically, I found the best, what made me feel the best on the smallest amount of calories was fish oil and fish. So now I carry a pound of sardines, right? And one of the reasons I carry it is because it also doubles as trapping bait for the traps that we use in the Ewls. You know? Maybe I just want to go out, open up sardines, stick it in there, catch me a coon. Now we got coon. I don't feel like eating fish. I don't know. So, and a third reason, I dropped down to a pound worth of food in the bag because, first of all, if I'm just going camping or hiking, I'm going to bring my own food. I'm going to bring like crackers or whatever the fuck, you know, beef jerky or something like that. If I'm going Ewelsing, right, then I'm going to really be starting to live off the fucking land, you know, and when I'm doing that, I'm not going to need much food because if I, either I know how to live off the land or I don't. Either I can walk out right now and start trapping or fishing or hunting for whatever is available in the woods, or I can't, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't need much food as soon as I build the skill set to do it. Also, this small amount of food, a pound of sardines, really going to motivate me to learn how to catch food because I'm going to be hungry than a motherfucker. I went on a 7-mile hike a few days ago, and basically I ate one of these in the morning and one of these at night, and it sucks, and I'm burning a bunch of fat, which is good right now, but it kept me satiated enough, you know, staved off the headaches and all the other side effects of hunger. So that's why I carry a pound of food, and that's why they're fucking sardines, and that's why they're in the Ewls module. So, pound of sardines. 2 traps. I don't know if you might want to go back to the beginning and look, but trapping squirrel and raccoon are going to be our primary quarry because they're legally available to hunt most times of the year, right? So if they're going to be our target quarry, I might as well make them the target quarry for trapping too. These are great for catching coons, the Duke DP. I have another 1.5 coil spring in here. It's basically just a weight placeholder. I don't know how to trap with this thing yet. I'm not that good. I don't know even if I'm going to put another trap in there. I might put a 110 coniberry, and I've got a couple of those, right? Whatever is going to catch squirrels and raccoons. That's what we're looking for. But right now, it's a placeholder. So, that is how the Ewls module has changed within the Ewls. I'm trying to think of what else has changed. Oh, I kicked out my USGI wool scarf. Sadly, I was going too heavy on the wool, and I realized the only reason I need to carry wool is because I was obsessed with this idea about being wet and being cold. And that's because I've been wet and I've been cold before so many times, numerous times, and where the wool was the only thing that was saving me, right? From fucking dying of hypothermia, straight up. So in my head, I'm like, I gotta get the wool. And I went too much wool crazy. So, I've got, you can look at the clothing video before this if you haven't seen it. You'll see that I actually wear the clothing, right? I wear the wool on my clothing. So I still have wool in the entire system. It's just season appropriate. It's on the clothing. Allows me to cut down fucking weight in the bag. So I replaced my scarf with this USGI. This is just a wool balaclava. I use this all the time in the Army, man. This thing kept my ears from freezing so many different ways. There's a million different, configurations to the thing. It can be used for a lot of stuff. And it weighs like 8 or 10 ounces less than the USGI wool scarf. So that's another big change in the wool, or in the Ewls. I do still carry the wool beanie. That thing is invaluable. I carry 2 pairs of wool socks, except I can't find the other. Oh, there it is. One heavy one, one light pair of wool socks, and I still carry the USGI wool balaclava because when it gets below that 20 degrees, Jesus, you would be amazed how much of a difference it makes just to have your head and your neck securely wrapped in like 2 layers of warm clothing and wool. So I still have wool. I still have wool that covers from head to toe, just most of it's in the clothing. Like you can go back to the last video and look at. Everything else is still pretty much the same. USGI bivvy, hammock, USGI poncho, 3/4 length Thermarest Pro Light Plus. Love that thing. Really turning out to be more bomb-proof than I thought it was. In fact, so is this fucking hammock, man. I have found myself like laying in this hammock, like all 300 and like fucking 10 pounds or whatever I am right now. Just shut up, goat. Shut up! I'll kill you. Fuck you too. Laying in the hammock, right? And I get up, so when I'm packing up, when I'm wrapping this back up, I get out of the hammock, I pull this up, and there's like fucking sticks laying in between the Pro Light Plus and the hammock, right? And they haven't ripped through, and I haven't fallen, there's no holes. So, I'm really impressed with the performance of those. Frankly, I don't know how there's not any holes in them yet, but there aren't. Bait box, I can't remember if I showed you this. In fact, I'm going to put this in the Ewls module. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the Ewls module inside this USGI butt pack. But it's basically just nasty shit. Here, I'll show you. Here is the, I don't know if you can even see in there. It's a bunch of old sardines. It stinks like shit. But when I keep it in this thing does a really good job of, this is a USGI PDK. You can get these online for like $5, $6 each. It does a really good job of holding shit in, the smell. So I put rotten meat, raccoon insides, innards, rotten fish, whatever I can catch, whatever will bring squirrel and or raccoon into the trap is going in the bait box. And I don't know why that's not in the Ewls module. I'm going to put it there from now on. I don't need to take that with me hiking, you know? So, Becker BK17, lighter, sharpening stone, and magnesium rod. Love this thing. Really proving its worth as a do-it-all knife. For my purposes, anyway. Baco Laplander. I gotta be honest. Papa Whiskey Bravo has got me fucking rolling and drooling over a silky saw. So this thing is nice, but a problem I find with the Baco is I still plan on using, my rule still applies. If you're working with anything over 3 or 4 inches, you're dumb. You just don't need to do that. You just don't. For our purposes, right? But the problem is, if I'm cutting a 4-inch or 3-inch log, I don't have, it takes more energy to do short strokes than it does to take, you like that? You like them apples? Than it does to take a long stroke. So I'm looking at, Papa Whiskey Bravo's got me looking at these long silky saws that are, I don't know, like a probably 4-inch longer blade, and that's going to help the sawing stroke, you know. So I'm cutting the same size wood, it's just going to cut it faster with less effort, and I think that's going to weigh a little bit more, but I think it's going to be worth it. So that's what I'm after. But still, handsaw, Baco Laplander. Tried and true. It's been great. Eton Scorpion. You guys have seen this thing a million times before. Love it. Go on the top panel here. Logic, somebody who doesn't post anymore on the thread. He sent me this boonie, and I fucking love it, man. So I'm using it. I traded him for some of those USGI PDKs. It's definitely in the Ewls. I added salt and spices mixed in together because, again, with the fall food foraging experiment, I found that if I didn't get salt and I was working really hard, like I will be out in the woods, I started to cramp up like really bad. As soon as I had just like the lightest amount of salt, the cramps went away. So salt doesn't weigh much. Morale booster too. Here, I'll put them. Who cares what I put? You guys probably can't even see shit that far away anyway. Tea or weed or whatever you want to carry to boost your morale. Compass. You know, there's so many times when I think about removing this because it's kind of heavy, but I know that navigating through the woods during the summertime, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that accurately without a compass, so I keep it around. Constitution, maps, same thing, same old deal. Bottle of iodine. This has essentially become my first aid kit. Little bottle of iodine. You know, people are like, oh, what are you going to do if you break your fucking arm or you have to saw your arm off a rock or whatever? You know, the plan is to open up the canteen, dump the iodine in, soak the rag, use the rag as a compress or a bandage or a tourniquet, you know, whatever. So really all you need in those severe scenarios is something that is a disinfectant and will prevent infection. Because infection is how you're going to fucking die if you don't die from hemorrhaging. Hemorrhaging will be the first way you go. If you can manage to stop the blood, which I know how to, been army trained to do it, it's not hard. You just fucking, you put a Band-Aid on and you hold it there for 10 minutes, that doesn't work, hold it for 10 more minutes, that doesn't work, put a fucking tourniquet on it, right? So, if you don't, then you're going to die of infection. So that's why this is essentially my first aid kit. And like everything in the Ewls, it's got to have 2 or 3 uses if I'm going to put it in there. Iodine doubles, obviously, purify water. Boom. I added some moleskin because it weighs half an ounce, and the uses you can get out of it. My feet are pretty well. I hike 3.5 miles every morning, 5 days a week with my wife, right? I put on my pack and we go walking. So I'm, pretty well trained up, and my feet are pretty good, but who knows? You never know. So a blister will put you out of fucking commission, especially if we're talking about moving on our fucking feet. Put you out of commission real quick. So I added some moleskin. Really easy. Spoon! Great for eating. I was sucking Blue Jay soup. Spoon over a fork because almost everything I make is going to be some kind of soup. So, gotta have a spoon for soup. Sunglasses. Every morning when I go on a walk, we hit right about the sunrise. We're always walking eastward, and so these are great for blocking out the sun. When it snows here, everything is white, and when it's snowy and sunny, this is great for preventing you from going fucking blind, and that shit is no joke. And in the summertime, these things keep out bugs from my eyes. There's so many like bugs and shit that I just want to get all in your watery mucosal membranes, and I can handle my mouth and nose, but dude, when I get them in my eyes, oh my god. So these are Wiley X's. I highly recommend ballistic sunglasses. If you're in a place that doesn't get any snow, I don't know, I might not use them, but they're great for bugs. But that's just personal preference. Some people might be fine, just, I don't know, whatever. And plus, fourth use, they also make you look cool. You'll get chicks with sunglasses. She'll be like, "Oh, you're making the Ewls. Oh, you have a sunglass. Oh, you're so sexy. I want to hold your hand." Monocular. There's a lot of better monoculars out there, and I plan on upgrading, but I got this piece of shit $6 monocular right now. This thing's great for when you reach like mountaintops and ridges, especially hiking around here. There's so many ridges and points where you're just up top and you're like, damn, I can see everywhere. Just getting the lay of the land. Maybe you might spot some deer or some wild pigs down on the beach or the river or whatever. Monocular. And I think, oh, that's not it. Wire, which I use as backup wire for the trap, but mostly as an antenna for this thing, for the Eton Scorpion. Cordage. You guys have seen that a million times in the video. So, last but not least, like I said earlier, we've revised our fishing kit, huh? So, I got these little things. I'll show you what I got in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to reposition the camera to make this better for us. Okay, hold on. Pause. Show me your paws. Pause. Okay, there we go. Zoomed in. I'll try not to block it. Oh shit, I'm dumping shit everywhere. Trying to block shit. It's our improvised table. So, like we saw in the beginning of the video, if I can't fish, there's no way I can make this a year-round bag, because I'm gonna have to go. That's just the nature of the beast. I'm gonna have to learn how to fish. So, I've been revising my fishing kit. I guess I should tell you the philosophy first. Here, I'll pull everything out and then tell you the philosophy. Got a couple bobbers here. We'll put those right there. Maybe put those last. There we go. Got a little film canister full of hooks and shit. There we go. Those are for legal purposes. Okay, I'm just spilling shit everywhere. Fuck it. Y'all have already seen the PDK. You don't need that in the screen, in the shot. So, let me explain to you what we got here. And then there's these things. And then there's bobbers. Can you see the bobbers? Are they in the screen? Are they in the shot? Do I need to back out? Yeah, I need to back out. Oh, come on. Back out a little bit. You can still see shit there, right? Okay. So. Ah! Fuck. Damn. Pause. Okay, well that fucking pisses me off. I'm obviously new to using these things. But, so Moab have recommended spring hooks that he was looking at. And, or they're called speed hooks, rather. That's what happened. I store these things. Whoops, I forgot I'm zoomed in. I store these things closed like this, right? Like they're, how you're supposed to cast them. They're kind of difficult to work with. There you go. But they're a genius design. So I store them closed, and what happened is I had them all sitting there closed, and then obviously one came undone, and it flung two of them somewhere where I'm going to have to spend like 2 hours crawling around on my hands and knees to find them. But we'll continue the video. So, like we said, fishing is going to be paramount. These are speed hooks. So when I used to hand line, I had the problem I had was fish would take the bait and they would never the hook would never set. So that these speed hooks really do solve the problem. They're kind of expensive for what they are, but I'll mental note, if you're storing them closed and you take them out, put them fucking, oh, that pisses me off. Anyway, all right, so the way these things are supposed to work is your fishing line attaches right here. You cast it off. There's you attach the leader line to this point right here, right? And the bait's down here. And when the fish goes and grabs it and bites it, it pulls this, and this thing sets the hook for you, right? Now, it's a genius idea. I haven't tested them yet, but I believe they're going to work and they're going to overcome the problems that we had with handline fishing. They better. Otherwise, I don't know how we're going to catch fucking fish in a compact way. But anyway, so that's that thing. The theory is I've got these 90-pound test lines, right? These are hand lines. The thing about fishing, handline fishing, is you got to be really organized. Otherwise, everything just gets jumbled up, and you know it's a fucking mess, and it makes it really complicated and really hard, and it's really pisses me off. Maybe it won't piss you off, but anyway, so you got to be really organized. So this is a hand line, 50, like I said, 50 feet of 90-pound test. It's got these barrel swivels on the end of it. These are required for legal purposes. This is my driver's license number. Go wild, hackers. So if we're going to have a trot line or a limb line, legally, I'm going to put the barrel swivel through the hole right here, right? Tie this to the rock or the limb or the stake or whatever, this side. And then this side, right, the other end of the line is going to be attached to, depending on how we want to fish. There's some ways, if we're top fishing, you know, we'll put some bobbers in the appropriate spot. You know, different fish require different fishing techniques, or so I'm coming to find out. Anyway, so this barrel swivel end is attached to the spring, which obviously is attached to the leader. And then what you do is you stand to cast it, you just twirl it and cast it out. And 50 feet is really the maximum cast that I can get off a hand line. Chicken's over there laying an egg. So that's the theory anyway. So I have 4 of them, 4 lines, you know, for I can hand line fish, or I can use them as trot lines. I got 2 more of those speed hook things. In here is where I carry the hooks and jigs and all that stuff. I got some crappie hooks, crappie jigs, different size hooks, more barrel swivels. I'm pretty sure that's all I carry in this thing. Okay, and this is just a piece of cedar wood, and I put my hooks. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm zoomed in. I put my hooks right in the top of this piece of cedar wood, right? And so that prevents them from, when they're in this box, getting all mashed up and all the other stuff. So the hooks that I use on the lines are either going to be in here, the ones that I use a lot, or they're going to be in here so they won't get caught on anything. Now, on this side of the line, I have just a whole, probably 100 feet of braided, I think it's braided nylon line, I can't remember, but it's a braided fishing line. It's really strong. I think it's like the 10-pound test, I don't know. But I've caught little tiny fish on the 10-pound test, and if I land a 10-pound fucking fish, that's like food for 2 days for me out in the Ewls. So 10-pound test, I think, is as high as we got to go. And now I have leader lines. These 1, 2, 3, 4 leader lines wrapped around, and the leader lines have smaller barrel swivels attached to them. So when you're fishing or trot lining or limb lining, since these are heavier barrel swivels, the theory anyway is that the lighter barrel swivels or the line will give way first, and I will not lose my main line or my spring loaded what are they called, speed hooks, right? Because these things are like $3 each. They're way overpriced for what they are, but God, if they work, they'll be worth it. So I don't want to lose them. So the theory is that these little barrel swivels will give way, or the line will give way before if I get snagged on something and I have to tug. So and that's it. Along with these bobbers, which I might spray paint because it's kind of hard to stealth fish with these bobbers. So I might spray paint them like green or something, the color of water or something. I don't know, because I don't really need to see them bobbing with the spring hooks, right? The bobber is just to set the bait at the top or just below the surface for the appropriate fish, like bream, sunfish like to hit up there at the top. There's different fish like carp or bottom feeders. They'll hit on bottom stuff. And if I need to send the line to the bottom, I'll just tie a rock to it and then cast it out. It'll fall to the bottom. And I'll put the bobber on the end with the bait. It'll float up from the bottom, or I can just leave it on the bottom. Who knows? But anyway, that is the fucking fishing kit. This setup, hopefully, and some skill will get us a whole bunch of fish. And so that, and the clothes, the weather appropriate clothes, I should say, and all this junk over here, that is the current Ewls. What the hell do you want? Y'all are going crazy. So that's the current Ewls, and it weighs 27 pounds currently. Because of the fluctuations in food stashes and water, I would like to get it down to 25 pounds, but I think 27 pounds is pretty damn good for a year-round pack. That's it. I guess I mentioned everything I was going to mention. Hopefully the video is going to be fucking long enough. but that's what the Ewls is up to. Those are the changes that have been made. And we're going to, just continue to keep evolving it. I go out, I do shit all the damn time, and I just don't make videos of it because I'm fucking lazy, basically. If I was getting paid, I might make some videos of it. But that's the Ewls. That's what we're up to. That's how it's evolved. Done. Whiz, bam, bang, boom. What are you doing? What are you doing? Give me a kiss. So, as I'm putting this shit away, I realized I forgot to mention that where is it? The Ewls bag, the Ewls module inside the Ewls bag, that weighs 4 pounds. The camping module that I showed you earlier, what did I say? It weighs, I don't know, but I know the weight of my shit. So 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 1 pound. So that thing weighs about 6 pounds. So the hiking bag will be without the hiking version and all the other uses I said I was going to use it for, like crazy fucking militiaing and E&ing and, shit like that. Chinese paratroopers, all that crazy shit. Geocaching. Maybe just fishing down by the river for a day, that will, all those uses for the bag will be sans without the Ewls module and the camping module. So that's going to put, let's see, the bag weighs 27 pounds. If I'm just camping without the Ewls module, but I'll probably have like 4 pounds of food. So it'll probably offset the weight of the Ewls module anyway. So that doesn't, I'm just babbling there. But anyway, just the hiking bag weighs, what's that, 10 pounds, 17 pounds. So that's not a bad weight for a hiking bag. I like that. And it still gives me options if I get stuck out. I have, you know, like, I still have a poncho. I've got a hammock if I want to take a nap or a rest, or, you know, I've got cordage. I've got water. Of course, that 17 pounds is without food, but I have my fishing kit. I've got essential wool gear in case it gets cold and I have to spend the night out. So 17 pounds. It ain't bad, eh? It's not bad. I gotta go find that fucking spring hook. That fucking... God, there's like $3 down the drain. Motherfucker.